Hello and welcome. In a few weeks' time is the Met Gala, and Karl Lagerfeld is this year's theme, designs by him. So I thought I would take a look at Chanel Karl Lagerfeld era designs that inspire my sewing practice and my jacket making. It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket. So I am currently halfway through making something. Actually, I've got a lot of half-made projects on the go at the moment, or, just sitting, waiting to be finished. This is inspired by the Zimmermann colour block dress from a couple of years ago. It's actually a shirt dress, and in the video that I'm making, I will recommend some shirt dress patterns, some sleeve patterns for bishop sleeves and some for puffy sleeves, but mine's going to be a summer dress. But I have done the skirt, but I haven't done the bodice yet. And I also have to get all the pattern recommendations done. I do still have the green jacket half made. Making jackets takes such a long time. And I was very optimistic when I started this colour blocking Zimmermann dress video. I was actually going to make two of them because these sort of camouflage colours are ones that I would wear much more than this sort of more fashionista colour blocking one. But I'm not sure I'll have time to make both. Anyway, I do have a video ready to go. It's a UFO one where I remake a 1939 dress. And I also have the Sleeping Beauty dress where I do this has 8 panels, this skirt. But I think you just saw the orange one where I made this dress but in a 6-panel skirt and plain colours, not patterns. And this one has special 3-layer sleeves as well. So they are different, but I just thought they're just a little too close to for comfort. It needs sort of something in between. So, and this summer dress isn't quite done yet because, oh my gosh, there is so much fabric in this dress. Anyway, I was watching YouTube and this cool video came up. It's actually a knitting one, which YouTube, you need to hire more women. Knitting and sewing are 2 different things. But anyways, I haven't watched this channel before because, as I said, I like sewing. I don't know how to knit, and I do know how to do some of the lace and the embroidery things that she was talking about. But it was really interesting. From what I can tell, she likes learning new crafts, historical ones. And there's a Viking project that she wanted to do and one early English. And they were just really, really interesting. I'll put a card above and a link below in the description box to her video. It's really cool. And anyway, it got me thinking because the Met Gala is coming up in a couple of weeks. And this year, Karl Lagerfeld is the theme for the collection. If you haven't seen the fashion documentary, First Monday in May, it's about the making of everything that goes into making the Met Gala happen. So anyway, long story short, I thought I would look at some Chanel looks that from the Karl Lagerfeld era that I would really, really love to make, well, not reproduce, but make something inspired by them one day. So these are my dream projects that I would love to make, something inspired by them. Chanel edition. This is Le Sage for Chanel, this embellishment. Oh, it's so beautiful. And here we have tweed, handmade tweed. It's also Le Sage for Chanel. You may be sensing a theme. I absolutely love the Le Sage bead and embroidery work that they do for Chanel. That plain black knit dress is that's not necklaces on there, that's actual beading. That's from Karl Lagerfeld's first collection in 1983. It's just an amazing dress. Still one of the most iconic pieces he made for Chanel during his reign there. This is the actual one that the Met owns, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the exhibition. You may be more familiar with this look. DG sort of cashed in on that iconic black dress, totally blinged up look. But this one, that's an original photo from 1983. And this is the original dress, and not the original black dress, which was Chanel's kind of signature. But this was it's from his very, very first collection, and it was just an exquisite way to kick off his tenure. And this is another really iconic look. This is the whole collection was the Versailles collection. And then if you've seen the September issue, a fashion documentary, Grace Coddington does a fashion shoot at Versailles. And again, if you haven't seen the September issue, highly recommend it. Love that documentary. I watch it quite often. And this is the photo shoot that Grace Coddington did at Versailles. And she does so many photo shoots in that for the duration of that fashion documentary. It's amazing. And so was this collection. And I love the Le Sage for Chanel beading, the embellishment on that one. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I want to replicate it somehow on some jackets that I make. I mean, I do love this actual coat here with the short sleeves. I think that's genius to have basically a duster jacket. But out of silk, no, absolutely not. I don't think it sits well. To get it to look this perfect in a photo must have been so difficult. Chanel ready-to-wear jackets don't have a structural layer. They're made the fast fashion way. So I can sort of see why they felt like they could get away with it. And technically you could say this is a shirt dress. So dress, you don't need a structural layer. So yeah, but not for me. I'm making it as a jacket and I want it to have a structural layer. So yeah, but I absolutely love the embellishment. It is exquisite. Next up, we have the Couture. This is from the Couture collection in 2015, I think. And the beanies, I love them. It was like a super flower theme, these massive flowers on steroids. And the beanies that they wore were just so ridiculously bling and incredibly expensive. But I don't know, like, how do you wash something like that? It would just cost so much to maintain it. So I think, I don't know, in other collections, they do those sort of caps, tweed caps. And I have made one of those before with a silk lining. So that's relatively easy for a not prohibitively expensive dry cleaner to clean every once in a while. So I think, yeah, I'll do that. And because I just love those flowers. They're adorable. I guess you could just make brooches and then pin them to a normal hat. And that way you could hand wash the beanie. And yeah, maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I have to practice making flowers first. Speaking of, the same collection had this amazing coat. The whole top of it is hand embellished sequins. And the bottom is this I don't know, they're like Christmas decorations or something. Those honeycomb things. It's made out of like a silky chiffon type thing, stiffened. And then it's got flowers embellished in it. And the technique behind it. Oh my goodness, I just love this. I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to afford everything in this so that I could make it. But also the actual coat that is embellished with all these flower sequins. Oh, I love it. I'd like to make a cropped bolero out of just doing the sequin part and then another bolero doing the flower, and I don't know how I would use the honeycomb, but I would love to do that technique too. It's a bolero from the same collection. Isn't it magnificent? Oh, the technique in here is just phenomenal. And I love how they've got decks, like triple decks of sequins and like flower-shaped sequins and bugle beads and then capped with a bead. And this is just layers and layers of, some of it's chiffon cut into the shape of petals. And there's also layers of feathers in there as well. And they're like hand painted. And then there's a sequin flower in between with beading. Oh, exquisite. Love this collection. Absolutely loved all of it. Just quickly, a few more pics from this collection, then we'll move on. Skirt on the left with a chiffon overlay, and the other one was a dress. The one in the middle here, the pastel one, that's a dress. This skirt, oh my goodness, obviously you can't sit in it, so I'd make a bolero jacket with those flowers. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Apricot and white, I don't know what it is, but I just think they look delightful together. I absolutely love it. What a jacket like that. And this was also from that collection. It's a Lesage tweed, so a handmade hand-woven tweed. And yeah, I love the way half of it was sort of fringe, but it's not really. It's actually the same piece of fabric and they've just unpulled half of it. So good. I really want to make one like that. And I've even bought a Chanel tweed that was sort of unraveled, and I've kept all the ribbons and all the extra bits out of it. And I'm going to make that into a deconstructed short jacket. Next up from the iconic supermarket collection, some gorgeous tweeds in this one, but I love the pearls and this super bling sweater knit. I don't wear knits as such, but as a jacket, just something this incredibly busy. I mean, I do have my over-beaded jackets. This is a Chanel tweed I bought a few years ago in New York, and I beaded it all over with lots of different types of green beads, and that is very, very extra. And I also have my Monet one and my orange one. Then they're Linton tweeds, but the same sort of thing. But I don't know, there's something so incredibly bling about all these pearls. I just love it, and the bows. I mean, I do have the scrambled egg Chanel, so it's a Chanel tweed, and I've overbeaded it with really expensive, heavy glass pearls. And I do have that snow dump one and this overbeaded one with magenta and red beads. And they are extra in their own way, but I don't know, I feel like I can do more. I mean, this knit top, I would never wear it, but it just brings me so much joy. And so does this. It's like a whole bunch of different paint swatches sewn together into, well, in this case, it's an outfit, but there's another one where it's just the top. And oh my gosh, I love it so much. So I want to do the same thing, sort of, I guess, patchworks, but not sewn together, just sewn in a ticker tape row sort of thing, and bunting row and teensy tiny rows, and then just make a whole jacket that way. I think that would be awesome. Plus I love these colours, it's just beautiful. And then something that has been on my list for absolutely ages, this is a Parisian tweed. I definitely want to go to Paris again and shop there because their tweeds are chef's kiss. And then this is a Lesage tweed that they used every single bit of. I love how the salvage is used. I just love it. Anyway, I want to make my own tweeds because this is from the Dada collection, the Chanel Dada collection, and so is this one. And they're hand woven tweeds by Lesage, and they sort of basically just get a whole lot of stuff as scraps. Like there's one tweed they have they got a whole bunch of surplus old zips or faulty zips and unzipped them, and then used half the zip as like a bit of lace, and then did some more wools and some lace, and then used the other half of the zip. And their found object tweeds are magnificent. And even just I wouldn't say standard ones. This one is strips of chiffon woven together and then over sewn with different threads like wools and embroidery threads. Magnificent. And this is again a standard French tweed. Standard, not really. This is all different lace and kind of like the lace that you have on underwear. It's hilarious. This was from the Soul collection. It's just so pretty. Yeah, anyway, so I've been saving up all my scraps. Every time I make a tweed jacket, I save up the little offcuts. So to begin with, I think for the first one, I'll just use a netting and embroider my different wools and laces and ribbons into that, and then cut that up and use that as a fabric. But eventually I do want to actually learn how to weave and do the whole zips and found objects thing, because they just look awesome. They're so beautiful. Okay, quickly a few more because I promised myself I wouldn't take more than 15 minutes to do this. These are from a 2005 collection where everything was just made of netting, which was embellished with sequins and beads, and it was sublime. Oh my goodness. It's just made out of netting like that you'd make a 1950s petticoat out of, and then it's over beaded. I know in America netting isn't really a thing, but it is very European, particularly in Paris. And these on the left and the right are a Chanel suit, and I just think it's beautiful. There's something so vintage about it. The middle picture is obviously actually vintage from the 1960s. And here's just a closer look at that jacket. Oh, it's so beautiful. And I love the way it doesn't have buttons. It just has the two brooches. So bling, so fantastic. Speaking of bling, I do a lot of beading, so I know how heavy this jacket is. But it looks weightless. And I love that. I think the shoulder pads do some of the work, but it's still magnificent that something so heavily beaded can look so as like it's just, a delicate bit of a silk or something. So yeah, I'm very impressed by it and I want to make one like it. So there we are, some of my dream makes, things that I find incredibly inspiring and would love to make my own personal versions of from Chanel, the Karl Lagerfeld era. And yeah, so thank you for watching. I have to go finish my summer dress, and actually my next episode that you'll hear from me is Sunday, so may well have the tweed jacket finally done by then. But let me know what you were looking forward to seeing if you're going to be in New York to see the Costume Institute exhibition of Karl Lagerfeld's designs, and what your own personal dream designs are or dream makes are for you as a sewer or creator. I love hearing what other people are inspired by because, you can't possibly see all the fashion, and other things other than fashion influence what I make and how I make them too. So, yeah, it's nice to hear what other people are inspired by and why, and then it sort of opens up your creative process, I find. Anyway, let me know what inspires you and what huge projects you're working towards. And I will go finish the stuff I've got all over my desk, half made. Bye.